Hey, sports fans. Hope you guys are home. Hope you guys are safe. Hope your family is well. We're talking to a ton of top recruits. Whether or not their seasons are still going, we still love and support all of our San Diego high school sports athletes. Thomas Saggese is one of them. Saggese. I'm sure there's a whole list of, we'll get into how people have mispronounced his last name, but all you got to know is he's one of the best baseball players in San Diego. From Carlsbad, he is committed to go play at Pepperdine. Thank you so much for being on with us, my man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing quite well. So let's start with Pepperdine. Why the decision to commit to be a Wave?
Um, Mainly like the coaching. I really love the coaching. It was like a perfect distance from home. The academics are good. And my parents really liked it, so that definitely swayed my decision a lot.
I can't
Yeah.
keep. I'm waiting for the point where you say, "And the baseball field is located 15 feet from the beach."
Yeah, that is pretty nice as well.
Uh,
Yeah.
because to me, that has to be pretty high up on the list of when you commit to Pepperdine is playing at one of the most beautiful baseball parks in all of America.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's just a beautiful school in general.
It
So
is.
that definitely was like,
It's kind of for the people that have not been there. It's kind of like right on the hill up in the Malibu hills, just overlooking the beach. I mean, could not be a better destination to land. So,
yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
um,
So I'm excited.
was there a singular moment that you kind of knew along the recruiting process that was the school for you?
Not really, honestly. Like, I mean, I don't know. I just really like the coaching, and then it kind of just like it just like eventually I was just like, okay. Like at first I was like, probably not gonna go to Pepperdine, and then like it just kind of more and more swayed into that direction for me.
Well, I think I ask
Um,
all the seniors, those questions kind of as a way to help some of the younger kids because no two recruitment processes are the same. No two people experience it the same way. So for the younger kids out there, just know that you don't have to fall in love with a school right away. It sounds like, you eventually, the
yeah,
right
yeah.
place will land in your lap. Any tips or advice that you would give to younger kids about the recruiting process?
I'd say just wait as long as possible, because like everybody's just gonna try to pressure you into committing to the school, to like their school. And if you don't want to go there, like just keep holding out and keep waiting. And like for me, I'm like pumped to go to Pepperdine, obviously, but for me, I just like to play. So if I didn't get what I really wanted, I would have just gone to Palomar. Like I would have been fine doing that. So I don't know if there are people like me who are fine just going JUCO, then I'd say just wait like for what you want and don't like give in,
Well,
I
it can
guess.
it can be a confusing route, and like you mentioned, a lot of people will be like, "Hey, here's the offer. We want you signed right now. Stop your recruiting process, or we're going to keep moving on to another
Yeah,
athlete." And I think a lot of that is it's good to hear from older students about to younger students. You can wait through that process, and schools will still be there for you.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, for
you're
sure.
gonna still play middle infield. I'm assuming is the hopes and the goals. So
Yeah, that's the hope. That's yeah,
introduce
definitely.
yourself a little bit to the Pepperdine fan base in terms of what you hope to bring to the baseball team.
Um, I don't know. I mean, I just want to play freshman year and win. Like I've always just loved to win. So whatever way I can do that, I guess, then yeah.
Just win. That's good. I like that. I mean, well, and that comes from San Diego is a crazy competitive baseball town. I've always kind of held that baseball is our best sport here. So if you can win here in San Diego, you can win anywhere because you kind of come out of the fire. What has your experience at Carlsbad High School been like?
It's been awesome actually. It's been really good. I really like it there. Um, everybody's super chill there. Baseball is fun. Kids are fun to play with. Beautiful field. Yeah.
You guys also have some of the cooler uniforms. Now, we've been starting to talk about top uniforms in San Diego on our social media a little bit. You can find that at SD Prep Insider. And I want to say that the clubhouse leader for most submitted uniforms is your guys' home white pinstripes with the purple hats. Is that your favorite of the Carlsbad uniforms, or is there a fit that you like better?
Um, I like that a lot. Honestly, I don't really think about uniforms too much, but
So you
that
could
was
you
definitely the
could
best
show
one.
up with just like a trash bag over your shoulder and some dirty shorts, and you'd be like, "Let's go!" Like that. You
Yeah,
just
pretty much.
fair enough.
Yeah.
No, I respect that. I now does the glove match that? Are you just like Troy Tulowitzki, just like the big dirty glove, the dirty like is that you on the field?
I mean, kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Just so long as you don't end up doing Craig Biggio and end up covering yourself head to toe in pine tar, then I think anything else like that is all good. What have you been doing in your downtime, man?
Um, there's not much to do, obviously, but you know, like I sleep, eat, and then some kind of training, whether it's hitting, weightlifting, running, stretching.
Are you having to get creative with the weight training? Are you having to use like household objects? Are you doing bench press with the dog and that kind of stuff?
I actually have a weight set in my like side yard over there. So I haven't had to get too creative because I used to actually do workouts there.
So you were actually
But
one of the few people prepared for being able to work out
yeah,
from home for all
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I can see some art on the walls in the background
This is
behind
actually
you.
my brother's room.
So okay, so so you're not just painting in your spare time doing that kind
No,
of art.
no.
Fair,
No, my brother is big into art actually.
well then
So
we'll say a shout out to your brother from at least from what we can see there in the background. If not baseball, there you go, there you go.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Man of many talents. You know, are you playing like MLB The Show to keep baseball in your life? Has it come to that level? Are you rewatching old footage on ESPN Classic of games? What do you?
I mean, honestly, not too much. Like, I'm normally like big into baseball, and I normally watch a lot of baseball, but I can't really watch like old games because then I already know what's gonna happen. That makes sense. And I don't actually have any video games, so I don't really play.
I mean,
But
both things that
yeah,
you're saying there make sense. I think that every high school kid in general is probably too busy to have time to play video games anyway, because it seems like high school is hard enough as it is and
hmm
busy. And the old games, it's kind of interesting. I rewatched some parts of some World Series games that were on ESPN, but yeah, it's kind of like what you said. You know what's coming, so you're like, all right, yeah,
yeah,
that is a big hit, but I could have searched that out on YouTube and not had to have
exactly, yeah.
watched the entirety of the old game. I mean, sorry, are you reading? Are you watching Netflix? What do you, is there's got to be something that's been become your
I
new
mean,
like vice.
I sleep a lot, like I sleep in a lot, but I've always like been kind of a homebody, I guess. I like just
So
being
this
at home.
you don't actually mind this then. I'm getting the sense. I mean, you
I
miss
mean,
baseball and you miss your
I
friends,
do,
but
yeah. Yeah, it's not too bad, but yeah, I never really have enough time to do what I want to do in terms of training and like taking care of my body and stuff. So this gives me, time to do all that.
so you're
So
gonna
that's
come
really
out of
nice.
this with your arm is rested, you're in shape, and everyone else is like kind of tired and out of shape, and you're gonna show up at fall ball and be like, "Let's go! I'm about to have my best
That's
season
the
ever."
that's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan.
Well, fair enough. That and plenty of tea work and sleep. That just sounds delightful. Also, plenty of sleep sounds like good plans. I like to end the interviews with just giving everybody kind of an open platform to share some of their emotions about what's going on with your season being canceled. Send messages to your fellow teammates, your community at your school, anything like that. So if you wouldn't mind just kind of sharing what you're feeling through all of this as a high school athlete who had their season ended.
Um, it really sucks. Like it sucks, especially as a senior. It's brutal, and like we were going to be really good this year, and we were really good this year, and so to get that kind of taken away from us was kind of disappointing. But for me, I kind of saw it coming like from the get-go as soon as school got canceled. So I kind of didn't take my last game for granted, and I kind of just look at it as an opportunity, to get like, stronger and faster and really focus on like my speed and my footwork in the field. Um, yeah, I just look at everything as an opportunity. I feel like everybody else should do the same,
So what
you
wound up
know.
being the last game for you as a Carlsbad Lancer?
It was against Santa Fe Christian, I think. Is that who it was? Yeah. Um, and we won. just a regular
There,
game,
there
but
you go. You go. No, it's not a regular game if you ended your career on a dub, because then we can translate out that you won your last game, and people that traditionally win the last game of the season are CIF champions. So we just crowned Carlsbad CIF champions. Congratulations. Start designing the ring. Lancers, you're CIF champs. We'll throw a virtual parade for you guys. Is that too big of a stretch, or you'll endorse? You said the team was good, so you'll endorse CIF
yes,
champs.
yes, I will.
All right, fair
Yeah,
enough. So you guys are Division 1, correct?
we're D2
Or
actually
D2,
this year.
perfect. So then I didn't have to do the open D1 thing. So D2 is now taken. All the other divisions you can still fight for it, but the 2020 Division 2 CIF San Diego Section baseball champ, Carlsbad Lancers. Congratulations. Thomas gets the game-winning hit for even bringing it up. Thank you so much for being on with us and sharing a little bit of time. Folks, there's a lot of kids out there right now that need your well wishes and your positive thoughts, because their seasons, their careers, their time with their friends, playing the sports they love came to an abrupt end. Thomas is one of those. So if you know any other athletes, send them a text, send them a whatever, just letting them know that you're thinking about them in this time. Thank you so much for being on with us and sharing a little bit
Yeah,
of
no
your day
problem. Not a
with
blast.
us. And we will be watching